Hello my friends, and welcome back to the kitchen here at Mark Kelly Farm. We are going to cook up some chicken for the week ahead for some quick meals. Let me show you how I do it and how it comes out so fantastic. So what I do is I buy the bag of frozen skinless chicken breasts and chicken thighs, and I thaw them out, rinse them off, and usually I'll cook them in the barbecue outside, but it's pretty cold outside right now and I don't want to go hang around outside. So I'm going to do this in the oven so you can see how to do this if you don't have a barbecue like we do outside. Now this is the boneless, skinless thighs here. I don't know what this is all about. I guess they had a bunch of pieces and parts to get rid of, so they chose to throw them in my bag. Now this is my favorite cut of chicken. It's dark meat, it's moist, got some fat on it, which I like, and Kelly really enjoys the breast meat. So the problem is, especially with barbecued chicken, is a lot of people overcook it. I'm sure you've been to barbecues over the years where people barbecue chicken and it shows up on the table burnt. That's two reasons. One reason is they're afraid of chicken and they absolutely destroy it in an attempt to try to cook it long enough to where they're not afraid of it. Or the other thing is they sauce their chicken with some type of sauce that's got some sugar content to it, and the heat of the barbecue burns that sugar and it burns on the outside of the chicken. So if you're going to sauce your chicken, sauce it late and then cook it long enough just to caramelize the sauce after the chicken is already cooked, and you won't burn your chicken. Now chicken obviously has to be done, but it doesn't have to be incinerated. And we're going to show you a technique to where it's still very good, palatable chicken, and it's completely done all the way through. Now I've cooked chicken this way for years. As we were catering, we would do all boneless, skinless thighs because they cook fast. With the bone in, they tend to cook a lot slower, and sometimes you'll get that little bloody area next to the bone, which is not very appealing to people. So we've got it in this state. If you don't want to clean up a mess, you would cover your cookie sheet with foil. But I just got some parchment paper down. We're going to put our favorite seasoning on here. I'm going to put Montreal chicken on mine. And then Kelly wants to go with mojito lime this time. So we'll get these seasoned up. So here's the two seasonings. They're both McCormick. This is the mojito lime. Gives it kind of a southwestern kind of a flair. It's really good for tacos and Mexican food. Here's the Montreal chicken, a real crowd pleaser back in the day. Now, I also really enjoy my favorite seasoning on chicken, pork, beef, whatever. But we're going to go with the Montreal chicken this time. So let's get after it. You want to season your chicken pretty well. Now, sometimes with this seasoning, the bigger pieces can't come out of the shaker. And I'll open the other side of the bottle and just kind of use the corner if it has a hard time coming out of the shaker. But this seems to be going okay. And don't skimp on the seasoning. I mean, don't bread it with it, but make sure you've got plenty on there. Now, a couple of these chicken breasts were really big and thick, and some of them were smaller. So what I did is the really big thick ones, I cut them lengthwise kind of diagonally to make them all the same thickness, so all of these pieces would cook at the same rate. So I'll flip these over, and then we'll hit them again. So you can see how much seasoning we have on the chicken. Not too much, not too little. It's perfect. You want to have a good flavor profile, especially if you're going to use it in another dish sometime during the week, say tacos or something like that. You want the flavor to hold up. But this isn't so much seasoning that you just couldn't eat it by itself as a entree, just with the chicken. So we've got our chicken in a 350 degree oven preheated, and we're going to let that go probably for about 20 minutes, and then we'll come check on it and see if we need to flip it or anything like that. We'll probably even rotate the pans. We'll put the top on the bottom and the bottom on the top. Now when I barbecue chicken, I don't always cook it on the bottom rack of the barbecue like direct heat barbecue. I do more like an indirect barbecue. We used the pellet grill back in the day, which is all indirect. So I would put them on the upper racks of the barbecue. Now if you want to sear them real quick down over the fire, you can do that right before you pull it off if you want just a little more color to your chicken. But if you're running at about 350 to 400 degrees, you should have plenty of color on your chicken once you pull it off. All right, chicken went 20 minutes. We switched the racks with the pans, and we also turned them over. If you press on the chicken, it is firm. That means it's done. So our next step is we're going to put it, I have my little tortilla warmer thing here. It's kind of an insulated container. We're going to put our chicken in here, and we're going to let it carry over. Keep cooking the chicken, but it's not going to dry it out. It's just going to use that heat, thermal heat mass in that container to even everything out. Now, because the chicken breast is the more pronounced flavor profile, we're going to put that in the bottom, and then we're going to pull our thighs out, and we'll put those here on top of those. So we'll get that done. All right, we've got our thighs in there now. Then we put the lid on, and we're going to let that sit for about a half an hour. I left these small pieces out, but I was going to show you even these small pieces. Look at the juice in them babies. So juicy and good. Oh wow. That's amazing. Love that chicken. I could eat that all day long. Kelly's having some chicken for dinner. She's going to make a taco with it, which is a very good use for this chicken. That's yummy. You can see on the cutting board the chicken was still nice and moist. So there's Carolyn's little soft taco she made. Chicken, some cojita cheese, some cilantro, some onion. Looks good. I went a little crazier with mine. Got some sour cream, some of that really good chicken thighs, some tomatoes, some onions, some cojita cheese, and some of that habanero hot sauce we just made. Yum, yum. Have you ever seen a juicier chicken breast than that? Beautiful. So after dinner, we're going to take this chicken and put the leftovers in a Ziploc bag and put it in the fridge. We'll be able to enjoy that chicken all week long. We can take some for lunch. We can make anything out of it, any number of Mexican dishes, or just eat it plain with some vegetables. Make some chicken salad sandwiches, whatever. We'll have that quick and easy meal ready to go. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you try this method. It's really good. Till next time, stay safe, stay healthy. We love you guys. Come back and see us here on Mark Ellie Farm.